Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Beautiful morning in Bali. Hope you're all well and safe and healthy. So we're going to talk today about what it means to really believe in yourself. And this is a huge topic. There is this space in modern Western culture where rather than truly believing in ourselves, it can be easy for people to be outsourcing that belief and constantly trying to get other people's approval and validation. And, you know, we see this most clearly in social media. And while social media is a beautiful avenue to say our message and to really be able to partly leave the legacy we're here to leave behind through this gorgeous medium, it also can be a vortex where people get really stuck into social media as a way of comparing themselves to others, as a way of posting and then waiting for their likes so that they can boost their serotonin. So serotonin is a neurotransmitter or a happy chemical that helps us to feel really good about ourselves. And the interesting thing about serotonin is that there are so many unhealthy ways of boosting our serotonin that a lot of the time people aren't boosting them through healthy ways. So yeah, I've already mentioned one, getting likes on Facebook, that's huge, and Instagram. Another one is trying to get higher in the pecking order. So serotonin releases relative to the status we have. So, you know, when you see monkeys, you know, trying to kind of be the highest in the pecking order, that they're releasing serotonin. And how that translates to the human psyche is by trying to one-up people, trying to be the right one, or trying to be the one who knows better, or who's doing better, or who's the most beautiful, or whatever it may be. And really that space of competition, comparison, trying to get validation, it's become a little bit of a disease in this day and age.
Yeah, and you know something, I've definitely worked with this a lot in my own life and continue to do so. And I actually did this morning as I woke up, is the people who I look at and idolize, I go, wow, they're amazing. Then it's like this divided mind of the one voice who's going, oh, but you're not good enough, and bringing yourself down, and serotonin's decreasing. And then the other voice, which is choosing to see the reflection of whatever we're outsourcing in terms of what we perceive to be better than ourselves, or better in some way, of going, where does that actually live in me, and owning that within our own being.
Yeah, so serotonin is really about confidence, and confidence is built from a sincere and authentic space of believing in your message, believing in who you are, trusting the integrity of your own naturalness, rather than thinking I have to be this way or that way in order to gain approval. So the easiest way to release serotonin in the body is focus on your wins, not your losses. So as Tara was saying, you know, that divided mind, it can either go, oh fuck, you know, I didn't do this right, and I'm not good enough at this, and I spent too long doing that, or I didn't do this and this today. Or it can go, wow, that was a great conversation I had with this person. I went to the shop and got all of my shopping done, or whatever it is. And really, I remember when I was going through a pretty tough time in my life, and my serotonin was really low. I was feeling not good enough. I'd had a relationship breakup, and just thinking that, you know, I should just stop having relationships. I'm not good enough to have relationships. And I could feel my serotonin dropping. And what I started doing was, just after everything I did, like cooking a meal and setting the table and going, well done. Or having a win with someone who I was relating to, or someone who was really giving me positive affirmation, like consciously going, okay, receiving that and noticing all of the wins, and that's so important. Another really good way to release serotonin is to feel into what it is that creates community, in a way that when you deliver a message, people are feeling you as a leader. People who have a superficial level of serotonin, or they're getting it superficially, releasing it superficially. They're followers. They're constantly wanting someone else to lead them, and they're kind of getting validation from how well they can copy or follow. Whereas people who release serotonin naturally and have that authentic confidence in themselves, they're leading from a space of knowing who they are, believing in themselves, and putting their message out with full confidence.
Yeah, and part of that for me at least is, you know, when I had the divided mind this morning, where I got to in the end is, okay, so can I just be with all of that and just come back to my heart? And really it's like a process of coming home and going, here I am, this is who I am, and I love myself exactly the way that I am right now, and feeling my gifts from within my being rather than what I'm doing on the external, but just feeling it deep within my soul, knowing that I'm worthy, knowing that I'm good enough, and loving the shit out of myself. And my whole mood lifted. I'm like, oh, this is where it is, rather than externalizing, well, I do this, this, and this, which absolutely helps to build serotonin. I feel like the next step is also just to bring that in and be like, yeah, and I'm enough for me, exactly as I am right now.
Mm-hmm. And that's the space of going beyond the divided mind, going beyond right and wrong, where we're really sitting in our essential nature. And in that space of sitting in our essential nature, we're only winning. There's only wins, because we're trusting the divine perfection of the whole human experience, and we know that we're enough in that. So I hope that's helped you to really discover ways to release serotonin. You can experiment with, before you go to bed every night, just going through the day and going, you know, what were my wins today? You can also experiment with, when you wake up in the morning, going, okay, if I had full confidence in myself and who I really am, what would my message be? What would my authentic message be? And sharing that. We're going to be talking more about neurotransmitters over the next few days, releasing happy chemicals in the brain. Something to note is that all of the neurotransmitters are released when we're exercising, when we're eating really well, when we're getting enough sleep, when we're staying hydrated. So all of those things are going to release neurotransmitters, and they're going to bring your cortisol level down, the stress hormone. So in this time when, you know, stress and anxiety can be really up for people, it's a good chance to consciously release neurotransmitters and consciously decrease cortisol levels. So have a beautiful day and focus on your wins. Mwah.